Hello everyone. Welcome back to Reddit Night. Today's we are traveling back in time. You can go back 100,000 years to a cave that will be discovered by archaeologists. What do you write on the wall to mess with them? The URL to this thread. I would write my own name, date of birth, place of birth, and anything else generic that would identify my present self. This isn't really messing with them, but it could make my life a whole lot more interesting, that's for sure. Edit, as many have suggested, I would add, my happiness is crucial to the survival of mankind. The nukes have dropped so long ago, yet the nuclear winter rages on. I've stopped trying to count days. I don't think I'll live to see the end of the winter. I'm sorry, honey. I'll be up there with you soon. Put that into some really old language and bam. Conspiracy theorists are going crazy. First, find the names of the people who discovered the cave, and write, "Hey Frank, archaeologist, glad you could make it. Could you please watch your step here? I'm a very old cave. Frank, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty." Fun fact. There's a cave with an underwater entrance on an island near Puerto Rico, pretty hard to get to even with modern equipment. In the deepest part of the cave, mixed in with multiple layers of older indigenous paintings, there's conquistador-era Spanish reading, "My God, what have we done here?" So maybe something like that. ETA, the island is Isla de Mona, 95% sure the article was on Jster, but I don't have access anymore so I can't check. I read it 2 years ago while doing research on the biology of the island. Dave, you know that time machine we made back in school for a joke science project? Yeah, it actually freaking worked. They have taken the bridge and the second hall. We have barred the gates but cannot hold them for long. The ground shakes, drums in the deep. We cannot get out. The shadow moves in the dark. We cannot get out. They are coming. I would list years of some of the biggest and most well-known natural disasters followed by their individual death tolls in chronological order. Then end the list at like 2050 written in a much larger font size and without a death toll. Someone will figure out what the other numbers represent and then they will do the rest of the work for me. Edit, yes, we have now established for the 14th time in the comments that this was from the movie Knowing. It wasn't intentional but it clearly is. Deal with it. I think that any words in, insert modern language, would make them freak out. But what I'd do is find out who was in the team and when they were born, before I left. Then, once I got there, I'd put their names and birth dates on the cave wall, and I'd then put the same date, let's say September 9th, 2021, and then I'd write the curse is true. Your days are numbered. If you're reading this, you've been in a coma for almost 20 years now. We're trying a new technique. We don't know where this message will end up in your dream, but we hope we're getting through. Yes, the rumors are true. I, Queen Elizabeth II, am immortal. Hi devs, I found a bug within our simulation. I was somehow transported back 100k years without any of my items, but I still have my abilities. If I could be transported back by tomorrow, that'd be great, thank you. Draw the complete solar system and then the nearest star system lol. Very similarly, I would go with the engraving on the Voyager probes. See, now this is interesting because there would be two scenarios with vastly different outcomes. First, let's imagine the cave was discovered before the Voyager engraving was created. People would immediately start questioning how an ancient people knew the details of the solar system. Also very confusing would be the object shown at that end of the arrow pointing away from Earth. What might people believe that to mean? That an ancient society left Earth aboard a starship? Aliens came to Earth and then left? Would they assume the object is somewhat to scale with the planets drawn, believing it to be a planetary-sized superstructure? It's almost certain it would make the news and get passed around physical science circles, and it wouldn't take too long for physicists and chemists looking at it to realize the objects at the top represent hydrogen atoms. At this point, it's a wrap. The artifact would be all over worldwide news and the entirety of the scientific community will have heard about it. The discovery would likely forever influence the way we handled extraterrestrial contact and space exploration in the future. Notably, the very people who originally designed the Voyager engraving would have heard about this discovery. When they then sent out their own message into space, what would they send instead? Would they point the direction of Voyager in the direction the engraving specifies on purpose, thus unknowingly setting it on the exact same path as originally, or would the scientific community or government deem it unwise to send evidence of human existence to a suspected location of alien society? Alternatively, let's say the cave gets discovered after the launch of the Voyager probe. Then it gets real wacky. People are going to start believing all sorts of crap, from it all being some big publicity hoax to Carl Sagan as a secret time traveler. I guess they wouldn't be too far off on the latter. Edit, surprised no one called me out on this, but I was totally thinking of the Pioneer plaque, not the record aboard the Voyager spacecraft. I mixed the two up because they contain some of the same content. It still contains the hydrogen atom model, but the solar system diagram isn't included. Oopsies. That is it for today. Which message was the best and what would you write on hat wall? Tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.